Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Train, and welcome back to some Doki Doki Blue Skies. In the last episode, we started down the Sayori route. I'm not going to be doing all the routes. I just thought I'd do specifically this one for the sake of just trying out something different. But I'm going to try and record at least a couple episodes so I can try and bulk record for Cold War. So if towards some of the later episodes in the next few episodes, I seem kind of sore throat, groggy, and I'm fumbling over words and stuff like that, it's because I'm recording all these. I'm trying to record these 3 or 4 in bulk. As well as I'm trying to get a lot done today, because as of me recording this, today is November 4th. And my main thing is I'm trying to just get a lot of stuff done right now. So we're just going to hop on in. Alright. I need to not look at my monitor here. I need to look at my laptop because I have my TV current with OBS up because I'm too lazy to change displays here. So damn it. Damn it! I don't want to go to Tsuki, I want Sayori. Toro, no. And a thing popped up. I don't care. Okay. This random thing popped up. I might have to lower the settings. I can hear the bass of that music in my head. It's a bit too loud even for me. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. I hope I got that. I really hope I didn't fuck that up. Alright. Just a few days ago, I never would have thought I'd look forward to an extracurricular so much. But here I am, back for another club meeting and anticipating a new antics from everybody. Usual scene awaits me as I step into the club room. Hi, Ryan. Hey, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just so nice to you being in the club, that's all. Is that so? Let's say, oh, I clicked too fast. They said nice to see you so cheery. Yeah. It's nice to see you so cheery. Anyway, what's new? Oh, I've got some exciting news. What's up? Did you know that the student store sells a new brand of strawberry milk now? I saw when I passed by my way here. As I should have known. I should have known better to expect actual news from Sayori. Huh, I don't think I've tried that yet. I don't know, strawberry milk is usually too sweet for me. What? But it goes great with melon bread. Sayori, you could eat a packet of raw sugar and you'd still say it's not sweet enough. Hey, that's an exaggeration. Seriously though, it goes really well with bread. Does Sayori eat a sugar sandwich? That'd be funny. butter implies money, so it's just bread and two pieces of bread and some sugar. I almost said bread, 2 pieces of sugar. Again, I'm tired. Leave me be. The milk is sweet, but it still has that unique tart strawberry flavor that's eased by the richness of the milk. When you pair that with fresh bread, the sweetness is spread out even more, so it has just the right amount of flavor. Wow, why didn't you become good? Huh, I'm a food expert, so you should trust me on this. I mean, given how many snacks you eat every day, I don't doubt that you know your food well. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, you meanie. So I'm meanie for giving her a compliment. Anyway, aren't you hungry now? Talking about food always makes me hungry. Now that you mention it, maybe a little. Great, let's go to the student store and buy snacks together then. Ah, now I see what she's playing at. I raise an eyebrow and see where he notices. Ryan, why are you looking at me like that? Well, sir, I have a nagging suspicion that you're only trying to convince me to come by because you don't have any money. And you want me to buy you a snack. Oh, fuck. If that peaked the mic, I apologize. Holy shit, that came out of nowhere. Oh, God, that hurts my nose. That hurt. Oh, fuck. What? I would never do that. Oh, really? Then let's see your purse. Huh? Your purse. Let's see it. Suri laughs awkwardly as she pulls out her purse. She opens it and dumps its contents onto the desk. 2 small coins fall out. Tisk, tisk, tisk. This little ruse might have actually worked had Sayori not pulled it on me numerous times when we were younger. The amount of time she managed to trick me into buying her another ice cream. I guess some things never change. Nice try, Sayori. No fair, how'd you know? Ah, wouldn't you like to know? Let's just call it intuition. In response, she sticks out her tongue at me. Typical. What the fuck is this? Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. I know that. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice she was eavesdropping. Looking over in her direction, I captured peeking over the top of a book. Ah! I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! So Rand let me borrow some money. That's not really a business, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. I'm gonna be honest. I'll be straight up honest. I do not follow that rule. I literally have $30 to last me until this Friday. As I'm recording this, it is Wednesday. I have essentially $30. I mean, I can make $30 stretch that long. I've made less money stretch even longer. To be fair. But essentially, I basically, just quickly explain before I get too invested. I pre-ordered Black Ops Cold War, and the way the pre-orders work is that they tend to charge you around 10 days before the game launches for pre-orders. So I haven't gotten charged for it yet. So it's like I don't want to go under the amount I'm supposed to get charged for the game, and then be in the negative because I don't mind being low on cash. I don't like being in the negative because that makes me look bad at my bank. So. I find this very ironic because it's me. It's shameful to manipulate people into doing or buying things for you. Well, isn't that a little harsh? I'm only messing around with Siri after all. I didn't mean that. That came out so much harsher than I intended. Sorry, Yuri blushes embarrassed, looking away from us while playing with a strand of her hair. Curse my stuffy nose allergies! Fuck, I'm not even gonna correct myself. I apologize for how I've been acting lately. It looks like she still might be a bit ashamed of how she acted yesterday. You know, it's okay to be honest sometimes. You shouldn't always keep things that bother you to yourself. There's no way you could think of that after. You're right, though. I shouldn't trick people into buying me things. Funny how your 10-year-old self didn't see it that way. Yuri lets out a small laugh, covering her mouth with her hand. Even the way she laughs is so shy and proper. Is this mischievous behavior something you seriously display as a child, then? Oh yeah, although back then I fell for it. Time and time again, you wouldn't... I cannot read grammatically correctly today. Oh yeah, although back then I fell for it. Time and time again. You wouldn't believe how much candy Siri managed to con me out of. Oh, don't make me out to be so sneaky! Although those candies were so good... Okay, that was weird. All my taskbar icons just flashed at me. Okay. I'm surprised, Sayori. Coming from you, there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Oh, every time Monica pops up, it's a mixture of like, oh god, no. And like, oh yeah, it's Monica. But at the same time, I'm still not used to the sprite yet. The slightly altered sprite for Blue Skies. It's very odd. What's going on here? Oh, nothing much. Sayori here was just up to some mischief. Oh? Yeah, I tried to trick you into buying her a snack. Hey, that's not true! Monica smiles wryly and turns to me. I'm assuming this isn't the first time. Well, you'd be right. We all share a little chuckle at that. Well, everyone except Sayori does. Hey, you guys are being really mean. Okay, we're sorry, but you did bring this upon yourself. Yeah, I know. In my defense, I am really hungry. Well? Suki chimes in. If you're really that hungry, you can have this if you want. Drops up a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sari immediately snatches it out of her hands. There's one thing I will give Sayori credit for, and this is why I like all four characters. They all have little things that I like. If I could put all these good things into one bundle, I would. Sayori is not necessarily a pig in the negative connotation, but if she sees food, she's going after it like it's a fucking drug. And it's hilarious. I just imagine it's like, Natsuki holds up the cookie, and before it's even reached its max height that Natsuki can hold up to, it's gone. It's just like, oh, you want a cookie? Gone! Just yoink. Thank you! Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Ha! You're going through a lot with just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Oh, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? I'm so glad I'm going Sayori route this playthrough. Oh my god. Jeez! Beggars can't be choosers. Yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Oh. Suddenly, Sayori suddenly needs to take a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. I forget this happens. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? I'm laughing in place of that, but still, I'm like, oh my god, Sayori. I love this game! Mouthful, Sayori trots off to safety. Yuri, Monica, and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes, says Natsuki. Why, can you tell Sayori to quit taking my stuff? Sayori, you should know you shouldn't do something like that without permission. Monica scolds Sayori. I know. I'm sorry, Natsuki. Oh, so good. Hey. Everyone but Natsuki chuckles. These things happen a lot, Monica? A little bit too much, to be honest. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. Good fun is teasing each other from time to time, not stealing food! Oh, calm down, it's no big deal. Natsuki pouts in her seat. Everyone calms down and quickly returns to their normal activities. Sayori has already managed to finish the entire cookie. I'm not surprised. Me and her have one thing up. We finish food like crazy. Meanwhile, Natsuki gets up and heads for the closet, and Yuri's already lost in her book. Ryan! She suddenly comes up to me. Need to get some stuff from another classroom. Can you come with me? Stuff? What stuff? Well, you know the festival is right around the corner, right? Monica was going to make some posters to advertise it. So, we'll need to get some crayons and markers and glue sticks and that kind of stuff. Alright. Yeah, I'll come with you. Hey! We'll be back real soon, Monica. You seem quite excited about this, Sayori. Oh, I'm fucking spit build up in my mouth. Blah, blah, blah. Of course, so much fun exploring empty classrooms, isn't that right? Oh my god, my fucking voice just cracked. Ah! Monica laughs and nods at us. Okay, just don't forget the poster paper. I won't. Ready? Uh-huh, let's go. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as she hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Everything is like an adventure to her. Hey, Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how we make an event out of literature. Monica and I have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're going to do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone's going to take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds not exactly boring, but will people be that interested? Ryan! I'm thinking about the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like you said, you say the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing from its clinging roots, grasping the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what end have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that! Wow, Sayori. I had no idea you had that in you. Huh? What do you mean? I've just never heard you talk like that before. No, it's not a bad thing. It was really good. It was just a big contrast from your bubbly self. Stuffy nose! I'm sure Yuri and Monica would really appreciate it too. I've worked super hard on that poem, so it's good to know you liked it. I'm excited for the festival. Not just because we'll get to eat loads of stuff like Natsuki's. Let me read that again. Not just because we'll get to eat loads of stuff like Natsuki said. Hey, meanie, no, not just because of that. Although that is part of it. Hey Ryan, this classroom here is empty. I think we'll find what we need in here. Let's start our mission. Strange choice of words to someone going into a classroom to get art supplies. But hey, that's Sayori in a nutshell. Living in our own little world. A childlike enthusiasm is infectious and brings about a special feeling I forgot I had in me. Some kind of innocent sense of wonder, where even the most mundane of tasks are quests, and walking down the classroom is a magical journey. Two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons. Sayori pulls a box of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand, too. They're kind of dirty, though. Sayori puts various crayons on the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Move over so I can live with the poster paper. I dropped one by accident. Smack. Yeah! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. Fall to the floor and all the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow! Sayori, are you okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. What happened? Did you cut it? Is it bruised or... No, nothing like that. I think I just bumped it. Geez, sir, you had me worried for a second there. I'm going to do something real quick to hopefully make the... I'm worried about the audio being funky, so I'm going to do something real fast. Hopefully that fixes the audio. I'm worried about directional, so I just need to tilt my head a bit more. I cannot but let out a chuckle. This is such a typical thing to happen to Sayori. It's almost like she's got Clumsy written across her forehead, which, fittingly enough, is where she's hurt herself. Hey, why are you laughing, you meanie? Sorry. I'm not laughing at you or anything. It's just, this is so typical of you. What's that meant to mean? Nothing. Let me see your forehead. It's Sayori sitting on the floor. I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts. I'll be gentle. I promise it won't hurt. Oh my god, the CG. And this just in general, Sayori CGs are probably my favorite. Just because of how... I don't know why. The art style just feels different in comparison to Yuri's and everyone else's. I know I like her in-school ones. And then I like Yuri's at-home one. Natsuki has decent ones. I'm just not a fan of the way they make Natsuki feel very... kid. Like, very young kid. And in a way, it's cute, but it's like, it makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Sayori slowly releases her hand from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow! Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Don't worry. It's not that bad. But it really hurts. Her whimpering triggers a really strong protective instinct I didn't know I had. Hey, I'll get you some ice. We'll keep the swelling down and it should relieve a bit of the pain. Just stay here, okay? I'll be back as soon as I can. Actually, where did I find some ice? Think, Ryan, think. I got it. A cold drink should do the trick. Are you sure? You don't have to. I think I'd make a great unicorn. Moving with me from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. I'm sure you'd make a great unicorn, but I prefer you as a human. Oh, unicorns are so cool, though. Anyway, I'll be right back, okay? Okay. Pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. Look at the nearest vending machine. What should I get? This doesn't matter because you won't be drinking it. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. Just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm in her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they're already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Here you go. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori placed the bottle against the bump on her head. Immediately her laughter subsides, replaced by a gasp of pain. It stings. I know, I'm sorry. It'll feel better soon, though, I promise. See, you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Ryan. This kind of reminds me of you growing up, doesn't it? Huh? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I'd always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. So this when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself, or get a bump. I would start crying really hard. When you rush over as quickly as you could, you would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and you were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it wasn't really all your fault, you know? I remember those days. You're always so clumsy. I guess not much has changed. Hey, I did this deliberately, you know. I raised an eyebrow. I always wanted to be a unicorn. That's be the least believable excuse I've heard in a while. Okay. I guess I've never been on the graceful side. I did always feel bad whenever you got hurt when we played together. Looking back, should have been more mindful of what you could and couldn't do. I guess it's the same here. If I hadn't rushed you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hurt yourself. My mother was right. She'd scold me after you got hurt. Always tell me I had to be more careful around you. Don't feel bad about it. Ugh, stuffy nose. It's my own fault for being so clumsy. Besides, even if I got hurt, those times are still my favorite memories of us. Those made me realize how thoughtful you are. Huh? I wasn't thoughtful at all. I just got you hurt. No, that's not what I mean. You're always looking out for me. Even after all these years, you rush to help me. No matter what the situation, you're always there to reassure me and make me feel safe. I'm about to blow my goddamn nose. I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. Just around you. It feels natural, I guess. I just do it subconsciously before I even know it. I'm treating you like that. Guess what happens when you become friends for so long. I don't know if I've told you this before, but I'm really grateful we're friends. I'll admit, I kind of missed you over the years. We used to hang out a lot. I was surprised when you approached me the other day. I wasn't really sure to make of it all at first. But as we got to hang out at the club, share poems, and walk home, I realized that nothing had really changed. Do you think we'll be like this forever? Sometimes I want to say yes, there's no telling how life will be for us during college or even afterwards. Still, I can be positive, though. I sure hope so, Sayori. It's been this long already, right? Can't imagine you ever changing. So my hopes are up. We haven't really talked in years, and when we do, it's just like nothing really has changed. I think I read somewhere that's a sign of friendship that's built to last. So here's hoping. I hope so, too. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. Who would have guessed that such a simple action to get some crayons would result in such a heartfelt moment? Then again, with Sayori, it's impossible to tell. Anyway, I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monarchy, you know? Good luck with that. He's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Okay, that is on my screen. I'm about to say, is that on the game or in my screen? She goes her forehead again. Sayori! Sam so fast after hurting herself. Sorry. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. Follow Sayori to the classroom. She plays with her bangs trying to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the classroom. Ah, you're back. Good timing. It's just about ready to start sharing our poems. Sayori? Your forehead. I was playing with the crayons that smacked my forehead into the shelf. Are you okay, Sayori? Yeah, I'm fine. Ryan got me a nice cold drink. Right. Okay. Glad you're okay, Sayori. Did you get everything we needed? Uh-huh. I have it right. Eh? Sayori frankly glanced around herself. I forgot all the stuff! Fucking Sayori. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. On the post paper, too. Don't think you ended up doing all the work. Well, Sayori... I failed to come up with an excuse, Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start with working on the posters tonight. Thanks, you two. Okay, everyone. Ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. I'm gonna start off with... Natsuki. Well, not bad, but not good. Honestly, it's just like your first poem. Yeah, I did try to write it like my first one. Though I did attempt to make it a little bit better. Well, mission accomplished, I guess. Still, same thing as last time. Try to make it more creative. It's just kind of bland as it is. Noted. Oh yeah, I should probably show you mine. Here. I want to read this like a rap. But at the same time, oh my god, it's long. Never mind, I'm not even going to bother reading it. I'll read bits. I don't get it. Actually, I'll read the full thing, fuck it. Natsuki's music, like this song, I hear and then I'm like, oh god, something bad's about to happen. I don't get why people will hate on good rhymes. They act like it's dumb and a waste of their time. I don't diss the free verse or deep subject types. Be dark all you want, just keep it in your grapes. Oh sure, you can tell me I have a problem, just keep it constructed and things will be awesome. I'd like to know what our readers will do. I'd like to know that our reviews were different. There is no best style, you smoke old glue sniffer. My poems will be simple and often straightforward, but charm can be found in such whimsy and order. Not all poems can be as complex as you like. If you think otherwise, you can go take a hike. What about kids with the elderly too? Some read for fun, I guess, unlike you. Let us go and enjoy what is written. You won't like it at all, that much is a given. But give things a chance, you might find something nice. Just open your mind and that will suffice. Is that a diss at Yuri? You little brat. Oh my god. So what do you think? I mean, it's well written at least. No, sure, I should confront Nutsuki about this. But to say that she still holds a grudge from yesterday would be an understatement. God forbid Yuri see this poem. Well, that was a given. But yeah, you can say that I was inspired. Felt really good to pound out these lines. Poetry's an emotional outlet, you know. I mean, to a degree, I do see that. I don't personally use poetry as an outlet. Personally. My personal outlet for, like, emotions like that is, like, songwriting. Like, whenever I'm in a rut or just in an emotionally bad mood, I write song lyrics just for the sake of, I'll just be casually just write a song lyric or something or whatever. There's times where I wish I could have done actually something with the song lyric itself, but obviously not everything is able to be put into song. And even then, I just sort of freeform write when it comes to songwriting. I don't want to be like good at it. I just sort of like how most songs, the chorus will repeat the same lyric. I'll just go until I feel like the song sends the message I want it to send. Anyway, I can't wait to show Yuri this poem. Wait, hold on. What? So, do you really think that showing your poem is a good idea? You're really going at her throat with this. Do you really think you should work out your issues with her? Yeah, well, she never tries to see things my way. So why should I? I think that's the wrong way to go about this. Relationship are a two-way street. Both people have to work to make things right. Why don't you try being the bigger person and just talk to her first? But I already know that she's not going to try. She's just so preoccupied with looking complicated and smart. And it's clear to me that she doesn't care if anyone can understand her, including me. You can't understand her if you don't even try. She might speak using a more complex vocabulary, and she may have mannerisms that seem strange to you. But from what I've seen of the both of you, she's more similar to you than you might think. Eh? Aren't you judging a book by its cover right now? Well, whatever. You can hold this grudge forever, you know. At least think of Monica and Sayuri. Fine, I won't show Yuri my poem. Are you happy? I won't be happy until you try to talk to her. He's not going to bite Mitsuki. Alright, I get it. Let's try to talk to her sometime. Thanks. You're going to do the club proud. Shut it! Shut. Man, now I have to hide this poem away. I worked really hard on it, you know? Because you turn that energy away towards more positive things, though, right? I guess so. I'm just frustrated that my poem's message missed the mark this time. You should always try to make something people can take a message away from. Remember that. Anyway, I'm gonna write a good one tomorrow, so you just wait. We're gonna go with Yuri next after that emotional roller coaster. Oh, would you like me to take a look at your poem? If it's anything like yesterday, it should be wonderful. Oh, how can I put this? Yuri takes a deep breath. I think it's a good thing you experiment with style, Ryan. It took something Sayuri and Monocode right, doesn't it? Perhaps Natsuki? Well, I just wanted to try writing with their styles a bit, you know? Touch back my head sheepishly. Why do I feel embarrassed by saying that? Yeah, I figured as much. But of course, that's completely fine. I knew my style's a bit convoluted, so it's understandable that you wouldn't like it. At the end of the day, I write for myself. Not for anyone else. Supposed to one more person's approval, right? Yuri smiles weakly. Yuri! Eh? Eh? I really don't think it's anything like that. Just because our poem's a different instructor, I don't think that means I dislike yours. If anything, your style is really good, and I think if I try to emulate you, I was a really poor copy, you know? I see. Please forgive me. Then this my thoughts just fly away from me like that. Anyway, wishing the boundaries of poetry can be a great thing. Metaphors might seem complicated sometimes, but don't stress them too much. Well, of course you want to choose images that can capture the message if you're trying to get across. I think the first things that come to mind are probably the clearest. Even if the metaphor doesn't seem to make sense, it can force your reader to think about something they wouldn't normally. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. I think I might give that a go with my next poem. Thank you for sharing that with me, Yuri. Well, if you'd like to see an example of that, I've written something that captures that essence. Sure, I'd love to take a look. If it's something you've written, I'm sure it'll floor me. Yuri smiles shyly, handing me her poem. I can't read it. It's a mixture of I physically can't read it and... I'll let you guys read it. I can't read it very well. Felt a bit guilty after yesterday's argument with Natsuki. I'm going to sort my style a bit more. Hopefully it's not too confusing. No, it's fine. Even if it's a bit more involved than yesterday's, I still like it. Noticing a lot more symbolism as well. I don't want to assume anything, but the tone of this poem, I'm not sure how to describe it. Yes. I really wanted to test my abilities in creative expression. I didn't go too far, did I? No, it's really good. I just don't know if I'm good enough at this to deduce the meaning. If I had explained it, I'd say it's mostly a closely guarded secret. Imagine everyone has a little something like that. Something they're forced to keep to themselves with the fear of ridicule. And ask people to write about that sort of thing every now and again. Every now and then. I mean... Yeah. I have that kind of problem with, similar things. Like... with a lot of similar things I have problems with. There's obviously the whole transgender thing is a secret I try to keep, at least from my family. So it's kind of... Yeah, so it's just like, there's so many different things that I am afraid of. In terms of letting that secret get out. In terms of things that I'm uncomfortable with sharing. If that makes sense. Not that I have any secrets that would, like, cancel me or anything. At least as far as I'm aware, I don't. It's just the secrets that are, like... for me, are emotionally triggering and cause me problems that I don't like to get out and actually put out there. That's just sort of how it is. That's why, again, going with the songwriting thing, I always try and have more, it's almost more of like a story-based song rather than just a song for music's sake. Which, and I don't want to rag on anyone specifically for this, it's why I don't like a lot of pop music. It feels like there's no message to it. It feels like they're just putting out music to get music out there. But then when a lot of music I listen to, there's a clear story behind it. Whether it be something the artist has gone through or whatever. There's always a clear message behind each little lyric of the song. I know it's not the same thing, but that's just how you can express it from a perspective I understand. If it's something you enjoy, if you enjoy doing, shouldn't you write about it more? Well, it's not that simple. It's the thing I'm uncomfortable talking about. I'm not sure people would understand. If they were to find out about it, well, I guess as long as it's not hurting anyone, people shouldn't pry. Do you think so? Sorry, I was just thinking of something. It's a good point, though. The best thing to do is try and embrace my own weirdness, right? Otherwise, I think I'd hate myself. Sorry to keep you so long. Thank you for allowing me to ramble. I mean, thank you for allowing me to give up topics to talk about. In terms of little mini topics I can address right on the spot. Monica! A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Monica by my side. A little bit of Monica in the sun. I don't know how the song goes. I like making fun of that meme. I mean, hell, if I could have the editing power, I'd pop a picture of IQ on screen. Guess what IQ's real name is? Monica. I only found that out like a week ago. Hi again, Ryan. I trust that the calls were doing you well. Same answer as yesterday. That's nice to hear. It's such a weird thing. I'm going to address this again. I know I've talked about this sprite a lot. This sprite looks very unnerving in comparison to the default sprite, right? For some reason, this sprite feels like it should have been the base game sprite, but in the situation of Act 2, like, all the scenes in Act 2 where, like, Monica would fade in or Monica would pop up, I feel like using that original sprite of her facing directly at you is creepier. But at the same time, this looks more natural to me. Don't get me wrong, I like both versions. I like this version and I like the original. But when she did that signature pose of the leg up, bent forward kind of thing, that the pose we saw a second ago, like just a second ago, that, it kind of throws me off because the face doesn't look quite built the same. Even though I know this is essentially just a cut sprite, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I know it's essentially just a sprite that they essentially edited slightly and turned it. That's all it is. It's just she's more slightly facing more towards my left side rather than straight on. Which I believe the whole thing of her being straight on was to kind of give the idea of she's the main character in the story rather than everyone else. Alright, I guess. Just alright, No, I guess to say it's revolutionized my world and brought color into my previously lifeless, life. Well, I say that, but the club, if not the poetry, really has made my days more interesting. Okay, get in with the sarcasm, mister. At least you're not hating it, though, right? No, it's been an interesting experience, at the least. It gives a new hobby to do. I'm happy that you're applying yourself, at least. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. I give my poem to Monica. Pressurized. I float there. In vast hollow emptiness, large but small, grandiose and overwhelming, drifting, meandering, carried along, in an endless void. But then I realized my eyes open, bloodshot, my mouth opens, gasping for breath in this crushing, suppressing, restraining, boundless, everlasting, suffocating vacuum of torment. Atmosphere Pascal tore, screaming with no mouth, stretching, restraining, unrelenting, carrying clawing with no nails, disintegrating in a suffocating poem of absence. Interesting. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Really, freeform too, if that's what you call it. Like, again, like, I'm gonna look at this, right? This is the obviously default sprite, and you look at her face, how it's, the way it's shaped here. Right? And when we switch back, I'll see if I can point out the difference here. I guess just the way I write. Actually, it is kind of the same face. It just, for me, again, it's maybe just because this is a mod and this is a modded sprite. This sprite looks very weird to me. That's just me, though. And probably for others who have done this before and or the creators, probably are used to it by now. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. The other girls don't do this stuff nearly as much as you do, at least. Yeah, you could say that we're a bit more traditional when it comes to their structure. But I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. It fragments everything and leaves a dissonant tone with the reader. I see. I guess there's a lot of things you can do with poetry. Definitely. Poetry is very much an art form. You're meant to craft poems using never-before-seen combinations of words to interpret the world around you. Really love poetry, huh? Maybe you should write a poem about poetry someday. That's not a bad idea. Anyway, it's still hard for me to tell what your poem's about. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem's about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? And we've all had to experience that at this point with the poetry discussions and all. But it can really be disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. If you find other people who enjoy writing, though, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus on more everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. I'm actually just gonna bounce off the comment that scripted character makes here, or my scripted character makes. That works for almost anything, whether it be writing or songwriting or in general, anything you do that's like an actual art form. You're better off, rather than showing it to somebody who doesn't get what you're doing, you're better off showing it to somebody who knows what they're doing. Like, just to take an example of something. Imagine I edited a video that took me like 3-4 days to make, and it's like maybe a 20-minute video that I edited together, and I show it to my mom. She's not going to be able to say really much about it because she doesn't understand what went into it or what's going on. But if I show it to my friend like Neoma or Corey or Liquid or Chris, who did my sniper montage for BO4, they'll probably have a lot more to say on it because they'll know what went into it and they'll know how I did everything and what I did and all that. So just in general, sharing something you love with somebody else who does the same thing is better off than showing it to somebody who has no idea what they're doing. That's just an honest fact. I guess I've really hit the mother load with the Literature Club. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I know this episode's going to be dragged on a bit, but I like talking about stuff as well as this is actually a really fun game and I want to... As much as I want to drag out episodes, I want these to last as long as possible. Your poems are seriously amazing. Can't believe you never told me how good a poet you were. Huh? Siri, I'm really not that great. You're the one who likes my poems as much. Really? You're telling me Yuri or Dasuki didn't love them? Well, Yuri didn't think it was a bad poem, but she wasn't as positive as you are. I don't think my style really matches hers. Oh, don't worry about her. She's got a super unique way of writing anyway. What about Natsuki? Well, I get the impression that Natsuki is least likely to admit how much she likes something. I don't think it's that, though. Huh? I guess I'll be honest with you. Why don't you two write poems when I'm, thinking about our memories together? Eh? Really? Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? I nervously laughed, noticing the blush that's crept up Sayori's cheeks. I don't know. I feel like my life's kinda boring. Like, whatever happens in it is literally just that. Whereas with you, well, whenever I look back on our memories, everything seemed to be such an adventure whenever you were around. Like when we went exploring that forest near our house ages ago. It made it seem like it was an exciting adventure, kind of like we were both archaeologists or something. Whereas I went there myself, I just think I was going for a stroll in the forest. I glanced over at Sayori. She has a faraway look on her face, wearing a wistful smile. Yeah, I remember that. I was convinced there was spooky wood trolls out there. Ah! That's exactly what I mean. You've got such a vivid imagination. And I guess I could tap into that imagination whenever I'm thinking about you. We have this sort of connection. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And still there, even after all these years. I think I sort of understand what you mean. Can I ask a favor of you? What's up? Can I, keep this poem? This is, the first time you've written something for me. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I didn't write it for you. But, okay, you can keep it. I was thinking my poetry skills are great or anything special. I can have it? Yay! Thank you! Anyway. Clean my mouse a bit. I still need to read yours. Oh! I totally forgot. It's nowhere near as good as yours, though. I'm sure I'll like it. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, the bottles. The bottles one. I'll read it. Fuck it. It's not as long as Yuri's, and I can at least read this one as well as... I can read this one. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. There's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. Put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend finds a certain way. Down comes the bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. Does it feel like time elapsed? My empty shelves could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and come in my friends. They come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? Apparently, pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. There were those before my friends who aren't smiling. They were all shouting, pleading something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. This is one of the few poems that you get towards the end of the first act in the first game. I think this one's a guarantee in the one before the festival. And it's obviously very, like, a lot like depression. You can see that there's a very depressing undertone to this. And it's actually, it's cute in a way, but it's like, this last two lines here, these last two, like, paragraphs, are really what makes this like, oh wow, this is dark. Wow, Sayori, I didn't expect this at all. Did you really write this? Of course I did. Remember, I said I'd write the best poem ever yesterday. Well, here it is. After all, Monica has taught me a lot. We're recording 56, okay. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. So that's what this poem's about. I suppose that much is obvious. Unlike Yuri's or Monica's poems, theories are relatively simple to figure out. So, if I've heard this correctly, you're basically doing everything you can to keep your friends happy. Yeah, you got it. I really enjoyed writing this one, just getting your thoughts out onto paper and putting them in a phone. It's like magic. Well, I think it's amazing. You should be really proud of it. I'm going to touch on a subject that kind of resonates with me. And it's going to be spoilers for the main game. So, if you haven't either watched my playthrough or played through Doki Doki Literature Club yourself, I'd recommend skipping this a little bit. And to basically go until you see... I'll either try and remember to put a time step on screen. Probably won't. But, just in general, skip ahead maybe 2-3 minutes. Obviously, Sayori is depressed. And we kind of see that come to a head at the start of Act 2, at the end of the first act. And I've always kind of had the same philosophy that she has in this sort of poem specifically. I always try and hide my pain and use it as a fuel to make others happier. Because I don't like seeing people sad myself. I'd rather see people be happy than see people be in my situation. It's why I'm always trying to... It's why I always try to make others happy. Because... It's just because, like, I hate seeing people in my situation. That's really it. I don't like being sad. I don't want others to be sad. That's just sort of everything. And if you skipped ahead, you're good now. And I assume probably most people have played Doki Doki, so we're just going to skip through anyway. Thank you, Ryan. That means a lot. I didn't think it was that good, though. Nah, it's great, seriously. You can't help but notice that the latter half of the poem isn't quite as cheery. In fact, somewhat alarming. A very dark contrast to the cheeriness of Sayori I'm used to. Although, maybe I'm looking into this a little bit too much, but the end of the poem is pretty dark. You said you've been in touch with your feelings recently, so I'm just checking. Is everything okay? Of course, silly. I gotta tell you, I really like writing about bittersweet stuff. Stuff that isn't just happy or sad. Mixture of the two. And this poem shows what I mean. It's just my writing style. Ah, okay. That makes sense, I guess. But either way, I'm glad you're enjoying writing so much. I hope you keep it up. Good to have a hobby. Of course. And hopefully you'll also stick with it. So look forward to seeing all the poems you write in the future. Well, no guarantees there, but just from seeing the passion in Sayori's eyes, it's hard to be pessimistic. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? Actually, Suki and I haven't shared yet. Uh-oh. I can feel a storm coming on. Yuri hesitantly approaches Natsuki, who isn't meeting her eyes. Considering Natsuki's poem for today, it's no wonder that she doesn't want to share with Yuri. Judging by Monica and Sayori's anxious expressions, they seem to be thinking along the same lines as I am. I practically see Natsuki sweating pinballs. Meanwhile, Yuri appears to be blissfully unaware of the situation. I've convinced Natsuki to reconcile with Yuri, but if she sees Natsuki's poem, well, it's all over. So, Natsuki, if I may, how about we do this tomorrow instead? I'm not, feeling well. It's my time of the month. I can practically see Monica eternally face-palming. Oh, God. That's one way to just say I'm in a predicament. Luki must have forgotten that the club isn't all girls anymore. Oh. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I took cosmetology. This is a very similar situation that's happened before. So it's like, I'm used to that kind of situation of how people are when they're at their time of the month, to quote the game here. So I'm used to it, but it's like, still, I can imagine in this situation everyone is the same way. But I get it. I understand what's happening. Ah, is that so? I'm sorry. You must feel absolutely terrible that you can't even share your poem today. If you don't need to apologize. It's not your fault. I can definitely share tomorrow. Ah. Well, even if you aren't well enough to share your own poem, would you like to see mine? I wrote to think of our argument the other day. So as I wanted to show you that I'm more open-minded than I may have appeared. As a way of repenting. I know it's not much, but hopefully this could contribute to a reconciliation between us. Although we may have our disagreements, I would like to consider you a friend. And friends forgive each other. I'm sorry if that's presumptuous of me to say. No, it's not presumptuous of you to say that. Because I'd like to consider you a friend too. So you can hand over the poem then. With a shy smile, Yuri hands a sheet of paper in her hands over to Natsuki. Natsuki reads the poem, her eyes widen. You're writing using rhyme and stuff? Like me? You can say you convinced you to practice adding more lyricism to my poetry. Natsuki looks like she's speechless for once. Thanks, Yuri. It's awesome. There's really no need to thank me. Well, I'm really glad I got to know you. Definitely have something that will knock your socks off tomorrow. And I'll be looking forward to that. I do hope you do feel better tomorrow as well. That you could share your work with me then. Yeah, of course. That was a crisis and a half avoided. I'm really glad that Natsuki and Yuri work things out, as it seems that Monica and Sayori feel the same way. This is good to see everyone getting along. Now that we are done sharing, though, I have something to discuss with you all. Yep, festival, here we go. There's a great opportunity for expanding the club that's coming up. Is this about the festival? You could say that. Do you really have to do something? It's only a few days. Only in a few days, so it's not like we'll be able to come up with anything good. And yes, that's something I'm concerned about as well. With such a little time to prepare, I doubt we'll be able to put together anything good to attract new members. Yeah, we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves. Oh, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Nothing more than a few decorations. I'm going to sign some pamphlets to hand out at the event, and Sayori may post it to put up around the school. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. We're going to be putting on a poetry performance. A what? Monica? I was going to choose one poem to recite out loud. It doesn't have to be written by you as long as you put your heart into the recitation. Although, of course, it'd be great if you could show off your own work. And the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite their poems, too. Yeah, I put a thing on the post that says, bring your own poems. It's going to be so cool. So Ray pulls the poster out of her bag and holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? Don't tell me you started putting those posters up already. Well, I did. Do you think it's that bad of an idea? Well, I didn't even ask before you started advertising. We never agreed to stand in front of a bunch of random people and perform our poems. I agree with Natsuki. I can never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. Yes, so please calm down and take a moment to think about it. I understand that you two haven't had much experience sharing your poems out loud. In fact, we all haven't done that much. I still think we should try our best. Look around. Monica motions to all of us. We're all here because we have passion for literature in this club. Don't you want to share that passion with other people to inspire them to pursue their inner writer? Yeah. It's all about expressing yourself. And trying new things, all while having fun. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Where's my... Oh, it's right behind it. I want to keep it in on screen so I can see it. Monica and I nod our heads in agreement. Tsuki and Yuri, on the other hand, remain silent. I guess that means it's my turn to say something. I mean, I don't think it's that much to ask. That's why I said we're all here because we care about the club and want to see it flourish. If that means a 2-minute poetry performance, then I think we can manage. Yuri and Monica's faces light up as they finish speaking. Hey, it isn't like we don't care about the club. It's just, do you really have to perform? You know how hard it is to get new members. Because people are just narrow-minded jerks. They don't even give literature a chance. Who's to say this festival will be any different? I'm inclined to agree with Natsuki. I'm sorry, Monica. I know how much you want to do this, but I can't imagine performing in front of a crowd of strangers. Well, listen, Yuri and Natsuki have proven they could agree on something. Monica sighs, her eyes close as she rubs her temples. Look, guys, I know you're anxious. I understand that. I really do. To be honest with you, I'm a little nervous myself. After all, it's my club, so people are going to judge me the most if our performance doesn't go well. Tsuki, if it makes you feel any better, there are a few of my friends will be coming along. They're lovely people. They won't judge you for your tastes. I've known them for a few years. Trust me. Tsuki huffs, turning away. She doesn't look particularly convinced. And Yuri, I know it's a scary thought, but I've thought of a way to ease you into it. Why don't we start by passing our poems to each other in the club? No way! Monica! This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? But... Monica, there's just gotta be something else we can do. Yuri nods vigorously into Natsuki's word, anxiety written all over her face. But guys... No, sir, it's okay. If you guys really think we can do better than a poetry performance, I'll gladly go along with an alternative. So, any ideas? An awkward silence fills the room. We all glance at each other anxiously before Sayori finally speaks up. Ooh, we could... Sayori soft thinks to herself for a moment. Wait, no, never mind. That wouldn't work. Once again, the room falls silent. Oh then, I guess you can't come up with something different after all. Monica laughs, having to ease the tension in the room. Oh god. I didn't want to do that. You guys might not be the most on board with this idea, but I think it's our best option. Please, guys. Please? Can you stop pressuring us? I'm not surprised Suzuki's putting up such resistance. I knew she was a little hot-headed, but even still. I'm not pressuring you, Natsuki. Both of them have raised their voice. Yuri looks a little startled, and Sayori looks anxious to intervene. Well, guys, please, no need to get angry. Can we just discuss this normally? Monica reflects on Sayori's words, looking a little ashamed of her outburst. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to raise my voice. It's just, this festival's important to me, that's all. Since I created this club, I wanted to show other people. Natsuki, I imagine you're both a little apprehensive when Ryan joined, right? After all, he was an unfamiliar face. She smiles warmly at me. But look, he's integrating really well. He's made the effort to get to know us and our individual writing styles. She turns to Yuri. And Yuri, remember the start when he asked you for a book recommendation? Yuri nods. Monica shoots her a knowing smile. Must have been lovely being able to share a book you're so passionate about with a new person, right? Yes, this is enjoyable in discussing it with you. Yeah, likewise. It isn't something I'd normally read, so without you, it would have gone unnoticed. See, guys? Maybe we'll find more people who are just into horror, who are just as into horror, Yuri. More like-minded people now. More like-minded people. Now, come on. Tell me that isn't an appealing idea. Yes, of course, but really, my biggest issue is with the actual performance aspect of itself of the festival. Well, like I said, I know it's a scary thought performing in front of a bunch of strangers. Trust me when I say I have full faith in you. In all of you. Your poems are amazing, guys. I just know the people will love them. It's almost criminal not to show them off. So what do you think, guys? For me? For us? Fine. I don't think it's a good idea. But fine, I'll do it. Just stop guilt-tripping us. Phew! Thanks, Satsuki. And you, Yuri? Yuri nervously glanced at each of our expectant faces. Veronica, what if people start being considerate and disturb us or laugh? Not surprised Yuri is worried about this. Oh, don't you worry. If anyone steps out of line, I'll put a swift stop to that. She's gotten a stern glint in her eye and I have to repress a shiver. She has stern glint in her eye and I have to repress a shiver. I'm glad she's with us. Yuri looks somewhat relieved, but it's clear she's still worried. She swallows and nods. I suppose I don't really have a choice, do I? I shake my head. Okay. I'll do it. Yay, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. I know you'll do great, Yuri. Just trust me. But anyway, let's move back to onto the main event. While we have time, I want you to choose a poem of yours to practice reciting in front of each other. Yuri and Suki exchange uneasy glances, but don't say anything. Don't worry, I'll go first so I feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Ah, of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook, searching for a specific poem. Oh god, I should probably stop the recording soon here. You know what? After that pause, I paused in the middle there. I'm going to end off the episode here with this portion. I know I don't like doing it like this, but it's been a long episode. It's already over an hour now. And I want to try and keep these to an hour minimum. Or an hour max. So, sorry this one's a little got dragged on. I'm just going to stop the recording here. And we'll be back with the next episode next week. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. Follow me on social media down in the description below. Twitter and Instagram. And yeah. I'll see you in the next video or live stream, whatever side I make. Have a good day, everybody.
The wolf remains one of his most feared enemies.